All right, what's going down with the YouTube? It's the Kid DC Wrestling. Tonight was WWE Friday Night Smackdown. We're about 2 weeks away before Survivor Series, so the build obviously for the show continues. Now, in the SmackDown portion, I will say that tonight was not a bad show. It was actually a good show. I thought it was. And the first thing that obviously I think we can all kind of talk about is the opening segment. Well, not the opening segment, but the picture here, obviously. Solo Sikoa and the rest of the bloodline, including Bronson Reed, taking out the OG bloodline, Sammy, Usos, Roman. I mean, they just got their ass beat tonight. And for good reason, obviously, because, all week long we've been trying to figure out, who are the fifth members of these teams. Now, obviously, the OG bloodline, they still trying to figure out who going to be the fifth member on their team. But the new bloodline obviously already has their fifth member, it being Bronson Reed. Now, there's a lot I can say about this, but I'm going to save it for specifically when we get to War Games. But to kind of keep it short and simple, as good as Bronson Reed has been these past couple of months, he doesn't really need to be a part of this match. As a matter of fact, this whole 5-on-5 War Games does not really need to go down. If you really want to keep it personal, I would just have the OG bloodline like it is, taking on the new bloodline, which is what we've all been saying for months now that was going to be happening. But we'll see what they do. Obviously, Raw is taped, so we'll see what happens then we'll see what happens on SmackDown, then we'll see what happens on the go-home shows the following week. But that obviously wasn't the only thing that went down tonight. You had some implications regarding the United States Championship for the women. Obviously, they're, doing the whole tournament. Bayley obviously won her match early in the night. And I got to say, B-Fab, even though B-Fab obviously didn't get the win, I think, she got rolled up by Bayley. I will say B-Fab actually put up a pretty impressive fight, man. Her and Candice LeRae, And I thought LA Knight had a pretty good title defense against Humberto, beating him it wasn't a long match, but it was a good match. I felt like the match was obviously perfectly timed, and it was a good one. It was another really good title defense for LA Knight, retaining his United States Championship. But the big thing coming after that match, obviously, was the return of Shinsuke Nakamura. It has been minutes, since hours, days, weeks, months since we've last seen Shinsuke Nakamura in the WWE ring. I literally want to say the Seth Rollins program was probably the last time we saw him. But, yeah, man, this is going to be interesting, man. Shinsuke and LA Knight should be a nice program for the United States Championship. And then, obviously, Cody Rhodes, he wants Kevin Owens. He tried to call out Kevin Owens tonight, but Nick Aldis was not doing it. He was like, bro, like, after what, Kevin Owens did to Randy Orton, you think I'm going to give you Kevin Owens? Hell no. But it was announced later on in the show, that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes will meet face-to-face, man-to-man next week. So I'm assuming this sets up their match for Survivor Series, most likely, because, WWE title at the big show. And then speaking of title matches, obviously, you had Ciampa getting involved in the tag team title match between the Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits. And, Gargano was obviously trying to get involved, but Ciampa pushed him. So we're getting dissension with DIY. And then the Street Profits ended up slapping Motor City Machine Guns because they were pretty pissed off. And then obviously, with how the ending to Nia and Naomi for the women's title win, obviously Nia retained her women's title. It seems like that we are definitely going to be getting a women's War Games match this year. So overall, pretty good episode of SmackDown.